Hello and welcome to this explainer on higher order functions and callback functions. I'm going to get straight into it. So what are higher order functions and what are callback functions? What's the difference? In its simplest form, a higher order function either takes one or more functions as its argument or returns a function as the result. Whereas a callback function is a regular function as passed to another function as an argument. I'm going to say function so many times in this explainer. And it is typically invoked within that function to complete a specific task or behavior. So let's take a quick look at how this looks. So to the left here, we've got a regular function, and we'll label this as our callback function. And underneath, we've got a higher order function. Now the reason we are labeling this function as our callback function is because our higher order function is going to take this function as one of its arguments. And then this function will invoke the callback function. So as you can see, a callback function is just a normal function, can be any function that gets used as an argument for another function. And let's have a look at another example. So the example we just looked at takes one or more functions as arguments. This second example returns a function as its result. So if we have a look at the function on the left, there's an outer function and another function nested inside. The outer function returns the inner function, and this is our second type of higher order function. To get a better understanding of these, let's have a look at some more in-depth examples. So what we've got here, we've got our callback function with a parameter of phrase that will be defined later and a console log inside of it. Underneath, we've got our function that's going to be using the callback. So we've got two parameters. We've got a name parameter and a callback parameter. So when we log to the console our greet function, when we pass greet, we are going to be replacing the name parameter, and when we pass our greet speak callback function, it's going to replace the callback parameter. So console log will end up logging I am Groot to the console. So if we just have a look here, we've got I am Groot logged to the console. Let's take a look at the second type of higher order function that you can get. So this is an example of a higher order function that returns another function. So we've got one parameter here, the name parameter, and then the function that is returning has a console log inside, I am, and then name. The difference here when calling this function is we've got a second set of parentheses at the end. So for each function that's nested inside of the higher order function, another set of parentheses is needed. Just if you look at what this logs to the console, we have I am Groot. Now if I was to take one of these parentheses away and then again log to the console, we will get function anonymous. The reason for that is this is an unnamed function, and in JavaScript it will return any unnamed functions as anonymous. So this first lot of parentheses is returning the function nested inside. Once we add a second set of parentheses, we are going to return what's inside the second function, which is our console log. So again, if we just look on the console, we have I am Groot. Alright, just to show you what it looks like when we have two nested functions inside of our higher order function, we've got a different example here. We've got a multiply. So multiply is the name of our function, and then we've got three parentheses, three parameters, A, B, and C, and then the most inner function is going to return A times B times C. So if we just log our example to the console here, we've got 24. So we've got this for our first function, and then the first nested function, we've got our second parentheses, and then for our last function, we've got our third parentheses. So for each function you're executing, you need another set of parentheses and that is how you log it to the console. And just like the other ones, if I take away one of these parentheses, we are not going to reach the most in our function, and we're going to get function anonymous to the console. That's the end of this video. Thank you for watching this explainer on higher order functions and callback functions. Hopefully now you can tell the difference and it will help you when using them in the future. If you want to see more of these explainers, please let me know in the comments below. I'm probably going to do more anyway, but let me know. If you want to see more of this content, like and subscribe so you never miss another video. Liking this video is not going to ensure you don't miss the next video, but it's just fun to do. I will see you in the next one.